This film documents a trip to Poland by 17 men and 2 women, organised by Bluebell CDP and the men themselves. All what you see here is the group's own words, the thoughts, feelings and emotions that we hope to capture. We think it's important that this learning is archived.
I didn't really know what to expect when I got there.
People were telling me like that seeing a lot of it would make me depressed.
Auschwitz was, to me, like it would have been part of history and all the atrocities that went over there, and a chance to get everybody together and experience the whole thing.
Before I went I didn't know what to expect. I was wondering would I be able to cope with it, what's going to lie ahead when I walk into Auschwitz. Krakow itself is a lovely place. It's a lovely city.
No emotions I had experienced up to date as an individual could describe what I felt going around Auschwitz.
You know, you see the train when the train comes into the trace, but actually standing there and looking where them trees are at down the far end of the runway or whatever you want to call it, like, to be honest with you, I blanked Auschwitz out.
When she brought us to a section where the train was running, and she told us of one man that would stand there and he would judge everybody that came in, all the people in the community, their thousands. He would have a decision to say death or life, and it was death in the chambers, which the people didn't know about obviously, and the slave camps was then. So for me that was like, here was one man that was given the role of God. He was given the role of life or death, and that to me was strange.
What I've seen while I was there was very, very traumatic, and especially when we went into one of their rooms, and it was where I seen all the women's hair, loads. There was hundreds and hundreds. That's only just a bit of it, but that was really, really sad when I looked at it.
For me, that kind of misery that we were going through, you know, was so slight. And it was misery in the fact that, okay, it was wet, it was raining, it was cold and all that sort of thing. But when we started to compare, that was really helpful to me to see that I was leaving that site today, but the people in those times, 70 years ago, were never going to live one way or the other.
If you're institutionalised, like, and you see something that's institutionalised with people, like, you know what I mean, there, like, you do what that, and you go from A to B, and that's it. I understand that part of it, you know what I mean, where it happens, like, you know what I mean. We're not going to be able to turn back the clock.
When they went into the incinerators, they used it, They used to freak it. What do you call it? The ashes of the people as fertiliser. Like, man, that hit me bad. That did hit me bad.
When I seen children, the way they were treated, the way people had got their own colleagues, their friends, to work against each other and treat them unhumane was unreal.
I didn't like to see the terrible things that were done there. But I suppose that's life, you know.
I don't think it should be let die. It should be left in people's memories.
You know, initially it brings a smile to my face every time I think about it and somebody asks me, you know, it's like when you talk of like a moment of pride with your kids, you know, that smile, that recognition, it's not just a smile, it's come somewhere deep. It was a really, really spiritual, powerful feeling for me because of my own history and the fact that I have hypersensitive social anxiety. I felt, you know, I knew going to Poland that it was going to be really, really hard for me because I'd avoided situations, you know, settings at tables and people and places. I'd avoided them.
It was lovely to go out for the meal with all the people. And the whole atmosphere was lovely. Because I've gone away on my own a few times and I found it very lonely. You know, I've been in Spain and that. I would prefer to go with a community all the time after this. Because there was people there you could speak to all the time. You know, in Poland, if I was there on my own, a lot of them in the where we stayed, you know, they didn't speak English. And only for the people I went with, I would be left out kind of thing, you know.
We shared stories that we probably wouldn't have shared with other people in our lives and that, like, you know, and it was great to hear other people's, their life stories and that, like, you know, so to me that was fantastic.
For all the old folks to get away and spend time with each other, to get to know the individuals, I learnt a lot because there was a lot of people I was with that I knew nothing about before I gone down, and I was delighted to have the experience to meet them and understand they came from all different difficulties too.
But we came together as one, and that was really touching for me. That, you know, we were looking out for each other, no matter what. There was no, for the group I'd never seen. There was no judgment. There was no kind of separation. We were one because we were a group together, and that hit home for me and how people looked after each other. And even for me, who's used to kind of leading groups, you know, an experience where, you know, I was called in to say, "Where were you?" and that sort of thing. And it was like, that was I, yeah, because we were worried about you.
And it's bittersweet actually, because while the overall feeling of coming away from it is like, I want to see more of that. I want to be impacted more by stuff like that, because I realise, you know, it's true experiences like that that open you up spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, everything else. All them, you know, feelings that have been suppressed in my life as a result of living in isolation, they were liberated over in Poland.